So much. Want to go to some breaking news right now. A pursuit happening in downtown LA.
That's right. We've got assignment manager Mark Rogers.
Right now, a pursuit happening in downtown LA.
That's right. We've got assignment manager Mark Rogers tracking this for us. And Mike, what are we learning about this one?
Yeah, right now we know this is a reckless driver. A driver that allegedly made a carpool violation. I have Oliver pan to the left here. We'll get eyes back on the car. There you see the California Highway Patrol right there under the spotlight. Is that vehicle. So further to the left, Oliver, right there under the spotlight, weaving in and out of traffic. We know that this car has been going extremely fast, about 120 miles an hour at times, exclusively on the 10 freeway. And as I say that, it looks like we are finally getting off of the freeway. But again, the want on this was a carpool lane change violation. All they did was, you know, look at that. Making some tough moves to get around those cars right there. Wow, so definitely some aggressive, definitely some aggressive driving here. But again, the original want was just a lane change violation, crossed over that solid yellow line, got into a carpool lane. A reminder to everyone, California Highway Patrol is in their maximum enforcement period right now. So they are out there in force, and they are enforcing every law, every traffic law that is on the books. And so that's what this guy got caught. Now we're off on surface streets here. We're basically in the Westlake district here, just south now of the 101 freeway. So that light is being provided by the LA County Sheriff's Department Air 24 that is overhead. Now, CHP ground units, I don't see them necessarily.
They may have freeway,
backed off. Yes, there they are. They're coming up. We're getting back on the freeway here now. This is the 101. Looks like we're making southbound back in towards downtown LA here. So, yeah, I mean, there's also another kind of hiccup to this. There's a license plate on it that came back either lost or stolen. We don't have any information to indicate that the vehicle itself is stolen. There just may be an issue with the license plates. CHP says they're still trying to hammer out what's going on there with that. So we'll obviously have an update on that hopefully soon.
Mike, you know, you weren't here yesterday enjoying Thanksgiving with the family. We had a similar situation, a pursuit, and the guy was wanted for a simple cell phone violation. So as you mentioned, the CHP out in full force, strict enforcement, and we're seeing it tonight. We saw it yesterday. In one case, it was a cell phone violation.
Something so simple.
And tonight, Mike, just a simple carpool violation, is that right?
Yeah, carpool lane violation. Made the lane change into the car, in or out of the carpool lane, crossed over that solid line that you're not supposed to cross over. But you know, we say these simple violations like cell phone or carpool lane change violation. There's obviously something more going on here with this driver. And maybe the car is not necessarily wanted for anything else, but you don't really run like this if you just violated a carpool lane change situation.
And we're seeing him as he's, you know, weaving in and out of traffic, cutting cars off, getting right on their tail. I mean, this is a guy that is obviously really wanting to and hoping that they're going to shake CHP from continuing this pursuit. But I also saw him just a minute ago driving on the far right side of the lane. There we see the CHP officer. And we know that that can do some damage to the car if there's anything in those far left, right lanes that, could slow him down. But he definitely hit that curb earlier, too, going pretty fast.
Right. Now, the other thing that we know is I believe this is a Lexus. It's a Lexus that is being driven here right now. Some of those higher performance cars or those more luxury cars have run flat tires, which if he's on the shoulder and if he punctures his tire, it may not necessarily stop him. Same thing with spike strips. You know, we've seen that happen before where those become ineffective if they've got those run flat tires on them. Now, we are southbound on the 110 freeway here. So we basically have been going, this started out in the Baldwin Park area, CHP's orange area, started chasing it in like the Covina, West Covina area. And then he went 10 west really, really fast, like 120 miles an hour, came back northbound 101, got off at Westlake, back on the 101 south, and now we're southbound 110, approaching the 10 again. So we'll see what he does. CHP there right behind him though. This has already gone through 3 of their offices. This has gone through the Baldwin Park office, the East LA office, the downtown LA office, or the central LA office. So those CHP units are there. They're behind him. You've also got the Sheriff's Helicopter Air 24 overhead providing updates for the California Highway Patrol as well as the units on the ground. Picture's going to come out a little bit here because we are losing it due to weather. Oliver, tell me in my ear, are we going to be able to go around the weather or are we going to watch it kind of drift off here? We'll get an update on that in just a second. Okay, so it doesn't look like we're going to be able to follow it down the 110 freeway here because of weather conditions. And just so you guys know, the 110 freeway obviously goes right into the LAX Bravo airspace, which is a very critical airspace. The sheriff's helicopter is allowed to be much lower. They're down at 500 feet, which allows them to be under the marine layer. There is certainly not enough room for us to be in between them at 500 feet and whatever height this marine layer is.
And earlier tonight, Danny Roberti was telling us we are seeing the increase in clouds, and we are seeing it here enough that it's going to affect Skyfall from continuing moving south following this pursuit. You know, one thing, Mike, something that was very hard to ignore here is just how many people are out on the freeways.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people
way more crowded
on a Friday
than
night.
yesterday.
Yeah, it's a Friday night. Look, it's the day after Thanksgiving, so it may not necessarily be people coming, back into town, but it's probably people that are here already and driving around doing their thing. But yeah, we're watching some of those CHP patrol units trying to catch up with this chase. They are now southbound on the 110 freeway, passing USC. So unfortunately, because of the marine layer, we are not going to be able to follow it down there. But again, all this guy wanted for was an alleged carpool lane change violation. So we'll keep an eye on it.
All right, if you're just joining us right now, this is CBS LA at 10 on KCAL 9, continuing to follow this CHP pursuit of a driver simply wanted for a violation of the carpool lane, whether he merged in and out of it or whether he was a single driver in the carpool lane. We still don't know, Mike.
Right, and we're going to hang on just a second because he just got off at Exposition right near USC, so we'll see if he flips back around. The trend is he's gotten off the freeway, just turned back the other way, so he may come back towards us, but we'll have to wait and see. But he did get off the freeway at Exposition, and it does look like the sheriff's helicopter is starting to wander north, Grand and 37th Street. So,
so is that good?
Yeah, well, yeah, he is coming back northbound
us,
towards us. He's not on the freeway, but he is northbound on Surface Street. So, hopefully he'll get close enough for SkyCal to see. Again, we are sitting just west of downtown, and that's because of the marine layer that has moved in.
Yeah, we got to be safe. And Mike, we're talking about also the license plate situation here, either lost, stolen, we're still not sure, but that could add another element to this in terms of why this guy is running, potentially, running from something much more than just a carpool
maybe
violation.
the real reason why he's running, right, Mike?
Yeah, it could be, absolutely. I mean, and it could be a situation where, somebody reported the license plate stolen when they meant to report the car stolen, different variations of things that can happen. We're at Jefferson and Figueroa now, and that is the Los Angeles County Sheriff's helicopter that you can see. So we're close-ish. You see the night sun coming off that Sheriff's helicopter, and it really kind of gives you a picture of the marine layer as you kind of see the clouds that it's trying to shine through. So we're back northbound now, just paralleling kind of the 110 freeway. So hopefully we'll be able to get eyes on this guy fairly soon. But at this point, we're still kind of sitting off of downtown here.
Yeah, you can really see that marine layer as it thickens up. There it is.
There we go.
See CHP.
So we've got the CHP units. The car that they're chasing is probably that one right in front of them. Unless these guys are just trying to catch up, but we'll try to sort all that out. Oliver and our pilot Mike doing a great job up there in SkyCal tonight, trying to make sure that they're safe while also bringing us these pictures.
I was going to say, a lot of factors here that they're working around.
Mike, and I don't see the car right now because the other cars are kind of going at regular traffic speeds, even slowing down for the officers. The car that was being pursued was going very fast, 80 miles plus an hour on the freeways.
And we may need Oliver to keep coming, pan down a little bit more, Ollie. Because the units, those units that we saw with our lights on may be trying to catch up. So our actual car may be a little bit further. There you go. There's the spotlight from the LA County Sheriff's Department. Maybe waiting for that car to come out of the intersection there. And there he is.
Looks like
running those red lights. So there we go. We got him back on surface streets here. And we are that's the 10 freeway he's just crossed under. So again, but look at this. So we talk about traffic. You've got a lot of people going through this busy intersection.
Gosh.
Oof. So it looks like he's navigating it, going around on the train tracks. What are we doing here? So look at his right front tire too. There is some damage there to the looks like the molding there on the wheel well. So he's been colliding with something.
That's close.
Yeah, and I can't tell. Yeah, I thought that was maybe a wrong way or a one-way street, but it looks like it's both ways. But yeah, there's a lot of traffic down here, and he's not gotten any luck with being in downtown LA. And it's interesting that he keeps kind of navigating back here. A couple of times he's started to leave the downtown area and then kind of come back. And every time he comes here, he's met with a bunch of traffic. So that hasn't really worked out for him. And, we never obviously have any idea what these guys are thinking when they're running from law enforcement.
Because the freeway wasn't working out for him well either there, Mike. We were seeing him kind of get caught up in all of that traffic that, is a Friday night, typical Friday night. So he really is kind of running into barrier after barrier in terms of really being able to lose CHP. But, I mean, they're not close behind him, at least those patrol units.
Right, and there's a big risk versus reward conversation going on right now with this chase because, as we've mentioned, this guy is running and CHP is doing their maximum enforcement period. But at the end of the day, we're talking about a carpool lane change violation, right? So there's not a really big. You get this guy into custody, but what's the risk? Is he going to run into a bunch of pedestrians and, that's going to cause a bunch of issues? So CHP is really trying to weigh that out here. And it looks like, and the other issue we have with downtown LA is we've all these tall buildings. So we may have lost the car. There's the spotlight from the sheriff's helicopter. Oh, there he is. Is that him in the middle of the intersection? Yep, there he is. Okay. So you can see he's just kind of aimlessly back and forth and up and down these streets. He may be looking for a parking garage. There he stopped again. Oh, here he comes, trying to come down the alley. Look at that. There's pedestrians.
Well, Mike, the lesson here is if police try to pull you over, no matter what the want is or the reason they want to pull you over, you need to pull over. So if you suddenly take off, they will chase you,
Lights
right?
are off.
Yeah, and this guy looks like he's trying to ditch the car. So here we go. Parked into a parking spot. Lights are off. Doors
He's
open.
out. Let's see how many people get out. Do we know if there's just one person, more than one?
Looks
Look
like
at him just
two. So we got two.
Okay, 2 people.
So the airship from LA County Sheriff is going to be calling this out, but you got a lot of pedestrians down there. He's taking his jacket off. He's ditching the jacket, trying to blend in.
Where's the spotlight?
All of these are moves that law enforcement can see. There is the spotlight right there. In addition to the spotlight, they've also got the FLIR, the heat detection software up there. So, you know, hopefully CHP is coming in. They'll ask for mutual aid from LAPD to try to come in and deal with this too. Lots of tall buildings though, so it looks like we may have started to lose them behind some of these buildings. But at least the threat to the public is over.
That's what I was gonna
They're not
say.
driving. You know, that portion of it is done because they were really reckless.
And Mike, mixing in with this crowd here, if the car indeed was stolen, if they get away tonight, they could possibly be free, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the hard thing is if this car is stolen, then they won't know who the registered owner is. And so many times when they get into chases, that's one of the things they consider. Is this a person we can go after later? You know, what's going to be the deal here? But you still have that sheriff's helicopter looking for these two, and we'll have to see if any of these ground units. I see some flashing lights, Ollie. Can you pull out just a little bit and see where those responding units are coming in from? Because I just saw some red and blues starting to come into the area. So we'll see. Oh, it looks like they're, down there on the bottom of the screen, but I don't know that they're going the right way.
Yeah.
They definitely figured it out. Look, they're near crypto.com arena. I think we could see there on the right side of your screen, right, Mike? That's the crypto.com.
Yeah, that was Crypto LA Live. So again, they picked an area that's a very, very busy area.
Down an alleyway into a parking space
almost blending in with the other. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it looks like that from our vantage point being so far away, but I mean, they were almost blending in with those other pedestrians that were just walking down those alleys and streets.
Here comes that CHP officer we got coming down the alley. So they'll go find that car that he just parked and kind of left there. But
2 people though too. I mean, that was another interesting. He had a passenger.
Looked like a man and a woman when I briefly looked at it. So at least 2 people that got out of that car.
Out of that car, and who knows where, but hopefully CHP is going to be able to close in on them very shortly.
Mike, are you hearing from the ground units at all?
No, they're trying to get into position. We've got 2 of them just pulled up right here, and you got some people that look like they may be trying to point them in a direction of where maybe these guys went. But I mean, we've had like now almost several minutes in between. I mean, that's not, you know, and that air unit, the worst thing about downtown is those tall buildings because we lose sight. The air unit loses sight. No matter what technology we have, we don't have X-ray vision to see through these buildings. So
we can cover a pretty good distance in just a few minutes on foot, even. And while
especially
officers
when you're running.
Exactly.
From something.
Underground, I mean, there's tons of underground parking garages and different places to kind of blend into. So you see the CHP units, they just kind of push through that intersection. It doesn't sound like the airship has any real solid idea on where they might be. And they're just going to try to seal up the area as best they can, but there are so many people in downtown right now.
Would they do that, Mike, at this point, to set up a perimeter, close off some streets based on what we're looking at here?
It depends. They'll kind of make that determination based on how much information they have, right? Are they confident that they can lock an area down in enough time to capture them inside of that area?
All right, Mike, we're going to leave you there at the desk to continue gathering information on this pursuit and the suspects who just ditched a car there in downtown LA.